Once upon a time, Jon and Kate Gosselin exemplified the ideal of a happy, active family. Millions of viewers were enthralled by their reality show, Jon and Kate +8, which depicted the frenzied yet touching experience of caring for multiples. However, their marriage was slowly falling apart behind the scenes. What went wrong was a mystery to fans for a long time. Did the overwhelming demands of celebrity play a role? Tiredness from taking care of 8 kids? Alternatively, something far worse. Now, Jon has spoken up after 16 years, and his comments depict a sorrowful image of a broken home and a love gone. In an unusually honest moment, he confessed that she was repulsive, his voice burdened by past hurts. Not in the sense that tabloids originally implied, regarding outward appearances or trivial matters. Rather, it pertained to her treatment of him and the gradual deterioration of their love into dominance, animosity, and isolation. All the while, the cameras were rolling. Jon hoped his family would stay together forever, but he saw that it was becoming increasingly inevitable. He was being destroyed by staying together. Even after all this time has passed, he still feels sorrow, and not only for himself, but also for the family that was shattered, leaving wounds that might never heal. We need to return to the beginning of their journey if we want to fully grasp the situation between this pair. Jon and Kate's ascent to power, a tale of romance, hardship, and good fortune. The manner in which Jon Gosselin fell in love was completely unexpected. It wasn't love at first sight when he met Kate Crider at a 1997 business picnic. Rather, their bond was slow but steady. Kate was a very confident, strong-willed and talkative woman. Jon, in contrast, was laid back and happy to accept things as they came. Despite their many differences, Jon found himself captivated by Kate's infectious enthusiasm. She gave him the sense that he could be a unique and significant part of something greater. They got married less than 2 years after they started dating. Being a newlywed was an exciting time, full of hope, dreams, and potential. They envisioned a large family living in harmony, sharing stories and laughter. The first major test of their marriage came when the months and years passed without a pregnancy, but they overcame it with faith, prayer, and a miracle. Being a mother had always been Kate's dream. She was thus dismayed when physicians informed her that she had PCOS, which makes conception difficult. Jon, who is always there to console, told her that they will figure something out. Fertility treatments were the next step in their journey, which was a time of both hope and heartache. There was a significant emotional cost. With each missed opportunity, Kate's determination began to weaken. They prayed for months, and then, after all that, they heard the news. There would be twins born to Kate. It seemed as if fate had finally looked favorably on them. New happiness entered their lives in the year 2000 with the births of Kara and Maddie. It was incredibly rewarding, albeit draining, to be a parent. All was really important to them was their family. Yet, Kate's desire for a larger family persisted. Their once dreamed of large family was something she longed for. Jon was on the fence, being aware of the mental and financial burdens they were already carrying. His wife's wishes, nevertheless, he did not reject. They went back to their reproductive procedures, completely unprepared for what lay ahead. Surprise of the sextuplets. They got news that will change their lives in 2003. Once again, Kate was expecting a large family of 6. The physicians cautioned about the dangers and suggested they think about judicious decrease. Each and every life was significant to Kate and Jon. They decided to proceed, preparing for the unthinkable. During her difficult pregnancy, Kate was need to remain in bed for months at a time. Attempting to ensure the baby's safety was a constant battle. Then, Alexis, Hannah, Aiden, Colin, Lee, and Joel, their sextuplets, were delivered 10 weeks early on May 10, 2004. I felt a mix of wonder and fear as I saw their helpless bodies writhe in incubators. Still, all 6 made it through the ordeal. Overnight, their family size increased from 4 to 10. No more peace and quiet at home, just incessant crying, nappy changes, and restless nights. Jon and Kate worked together despite their feelings of being overwhelmed. While Jon put in countless hours at his IT job to provide, Kate shouldered the massive burden of running the household. Love kept them going, even when the going became tough. A new era begins with reality television. Taking care of 8 kids wasn't easy. When money was scarce, they consented to have a documentary crew capture their lives for an hour-long show. It seems innocuous, at first, a chance to talk about their experience and maybe motivate others, but it was a deluge of responses. After the Gosselins' meteoric rise to fame, TLC greenlit a full reality series starring Jon and Kate plus 8. The show seemed like a boon at first. Because of the aid, they were able to provide the life that their children deserved. They weren't as concerned about money, could afford a larger home, and were able to provide more possibilities to others. Somehow, though, things began to shift as the cameras continued to roll. Everything seems bigger when you're famous. The ups and downs, the peaks and valleys of a marital relationship. It went from being a group effort to feeling more like a stage production. The limelight brought out Kate's inner planner, and she flourished. She took charge of the show's public persona by overseeing appearances, schedules, and sponsorships. On the other hand, Jon felt confined. The laid-back guy, who used to take delight in mundane family activities, was now an integral cog in an ever-turning wheel. There was tremendous pressure. Their every action was recorded and watched by millions of people. Things that used to be little arguments felt more like full-scale wars now, replayed on televisions for viewers around the globe to evaluate. The strain of celebrity on love. Jon and Kate were once a team, always there for each other through thick and thin, but their roles had reversed as a result of their celebrity. In her efforts to bring order to her life, which had descended into anarchy, Kate was increasingly authoritarian. Jon felt he had become completely entangled and decided to withdraw. Their lives were transformed by the cameras, not only documented. Their affectionate moments grew scarce. The days when their love was unguarded and intimate, when they could be themselves, were days that Jon missed. Overwhelmed by her responsibilities, Kate mistook Jon's retreat for desertion. Neither of them knew how to stop the other from drifting apart. The tension finally broke in 2009. They were surrounded by rumors of betrayal, arguments about money, and problems with authority. As their marriage began to fall apart in front of the public gaze, the once beloved pair became tabloid fodder. As a result, supporters worldwide would be too shocked to say anything about what happened next. A public notification of a divorce and its consequences. Jon and Kate could no longer cover up the fractures in their marriage by 2009. The constant filming schedule and the demands of being a public figure with 8 children had been building the tension for a long time. Their fights, which were formerly private, were now broadcasted to millions of spectators as a national spectacle. After months of speculation in the media, the pair finally confirmed the rumors on June 22, 2009, during a special episode of Jon and Kate plus 8. They had decided to end their marriage. Kate was the first to speak. She was calm but clearly upset. She came clean about how she and Jon had been estranged during the run of the show. In an effort to maintain civility in the face of the impending storm, her words were deliberate and measured. In contrast, Jon appeared weary and discouraged. "It's not what I had hoped for," he admitted, his voice betraying his feelings of remorse. "However, I believe that progress is essential for us to make." One of the most high-profile celebrity divorces of the decade, rumors and the Haley Glassman scandal, swiftly ensued from what was supposed to be a serious, mature conversation about co-parenting and their children's best interests. The media frenzy escalated rapidly in the days after the revelation. Jon was the center of paparazzi attention, and soon another name was making news. Glassman, Haley. Dr.